So, Tamanna, if I look at the pattern this year in DU Jack, so there was a quite mismatch that we have observed in the pattern. So earlier it used to be approximately 10 questions from business awareness, but from this year the pattern was completely changed, and the number of questions cannot be guessed कि कितने questions आपके current से हो सकते हैं, कितने business awareness से, but you have to prepare it all. So nothing as such that you can get कि कितने questions आने वाले हैं, nothing like that.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
So I'll start the 2 to 3 minutes. People are still joining. Hello Rishiraj. So in this session, it's a marathon session. I hope आपके जयपुर वाले सर भी काफी ये sessions कराते रहते हैं. So in this, we'll be covering up quant, we'll be covering up GK, we'll be covering up law as well as some higher maths as well. So this is a 4 live class session of 3 hours long. So first session I'll take up on time, speed, and distance. So if I join the coaching, so only you will be teaching us maths or any other teacher? Me, there are a lot of faculties over here. So I believe you will be having sessions with more faculties as well. Yes, I'll be taking up few sessions with you, but other faculties are also there.
Okay, sir.
Just like this, I want participation. It feels great to interact, right? So many चाहता session boring हो, सब बात करो, सब doubts पूछो, and then only the session will work for me. Okay, so I believe without wasting any further time, I'll start the session. So people who are still joining, they can join side by side. Okay. So the session is all about how we have to prepare for our exams. Students जिनका mic अभी mute नहीं है, can you please just mute your mics? That would be better because मेरे को आवाज वरना repeat आती है. Thank you. Okay, so the first thing in this marathon class would be time, speed, and distance. I'll be telling you about some previous year questions as well as some shortcut tricks जिनसे आप ये चीज कर सकते हो. Concept सबसे पहले मैं बताऊंगा, and after that we'll come to the shortcuts and some previous year questions. Okay. About me, hello, good afternoon. I am Engineer Ankur Goyal, complete my Masters of Technology degree in Civil Engineering. I'm an All India rank holder in National GATE exam twice, worked on projects with IIT Roorkee and IIT Delhi, and I've counseled over thousands of students for career orientation. So if you guys have any need, if you guys have any doubts regarding your career orientation, feel free to contact me. My number will be given to you. In the display, in the description, you will find how to contact me. My email is also given over there. Okay, moving on. First of all, the concept of time, speed, and distance. Suppose there's any body which is traveling from one point to another. तो ये बहुत ही बेसिक चीज है टाइम स्पीड डिस्टेंस जो हमें सबको पता है कि कैसे हमारा क्वेश्चंस आते हैं उनके क्या कंसेप्ट रहते हैं. So yes, so starting with the concept, we have whenever a body is in motion, it travels some distance while taking some time to do it at some speed. हम एक पॉइंट से दूसरे पॉइंट पे जाएंगे तो डेफिनेटली वी आर कवरिंग अप अ डिस्टेंस. कुछ हमारी स्पीड होगी और कुछ हमने टाइम वहां पे लिया होगा. Using this, we have these formulas. So for calculating speed, we have distance upon time. Similarly, vice versa, if you want to calculate time, we have distance upon speed. And from the same formula, we can get to distance equals to speed into time. So these are the basic formulas which we are going to use in our time, speed, and distance. Now, type 1 questions are where the trains are concerned or the cars are concerned. So a train 100-meter long passes a particular point on its way in 20 seconds. What is the speed of the train? So in this first type of question, we have seen that there is a train that is 100 meters long, which passes a particular point in 20 seconds. So अब हमें train की speed guess करनी है. Okay, find out करनी है आपसे. So this is the train. एक पोल हमारा स्टैटिक पोल है. ये बहुत छोटा सा डिस्टेंस अगर मैं इसकी लेंथ देखूं तो दैट इज वेरी स्मॉल. सो विल टेक इट एज अ पॉइंट. सो पॉइंट speed will be equal to distance upon time. Distance is already given, so train का distance is 100 meters. So if I take it from this particular point जहां से मेरी train start होती है till this point जहां पे मेरा lamp है, so this whole distance would be 100 meters. Time is already given to me, that is 20 seconds. So I can easily find out the time. The speed of the train will be 5 meter per second. But we also know that in major of the cases, the speed is not given in meter per second, especially when it comes to train part. So we have to, multiply it by 18 by 5 to get into kilometers per hour. So 18 kilometer per hour. This is a very simple question, the easiest question. Okay. So, or agar hame kilometer per hour, if you want to interchange it to meter per second, then we have to multiply the value by 5 by 18. Just vice versa of it. Numerator and denominator ko you have to shift above and beyond. Okay. So in the options, it totally depends upon the option कि आपको options में क्या दिया. अगर उन्होंने meter per second में पूछा तो yes, the answer will be in meter per second. अगर उन्होंने kilometer per hour में पूछा, then you have to do the conversion. So totally depends upon the question. Now the type 2. Hogwarts Express is 700 meters long. So this question is for the Harry Potter fans like I am myself. It is running at a speed of 20 kilometers per hour. It crosses the Shone Bridge in 3 minutes. What is the length of the bridge? I hope you all have understood the question that there is a train which is 700 meters long and is running at a speed of 20 kilometers per hour. And it crosses the bridge in 3 minutes. So 3 minutes में उसने पूरे bridge को cross कर लिया. Now, what is the length of the bridge? We have to calculate. कि उसने जो bridge है वो कैसे किया? Tell the concept of 5 by 18. Okay. So in this simple mathematics, I would say, so meter per second को अगर आप units बदलना चाहते हो इसके and you multiply it by 18 by 5, that will give you the units in kilometer per hour. At the same time, if you want to change the kilometer per hour into meter per second, तो आप उसको 5 by 18 से multiply करते हो. Okay. That is all about that concept. So now here in this part, again, we'll use the same formula, that is speed is equal to distance upon time. All the people who are watching me on YouTube, please like the video, please comment down all your queries. I'm there to solve it. Okay. So speed is equal to distance upon time. यहाँ पे मैंने speed लिख ली 20 into 5 by 18 मैंने क्यों किया? Because the rest of the things are given in meters. So मेरा जो train का distance, दो मेरे train की length है, that is also in meters. So that's why I have to change the speed into meters. So 20 multiplied by 5 by 18 equals to. Now what about the distance? So first thing would be 700. 700 मेरा train का length है. Now it has crossed the whole bridge. So bridge का distance भी उसमें calculate होगा. तो bridge कितना था? That will I'll take it as x. Okay, the distance of the bridge, that will be x. Upon time, time was given in minutes. So 3 minutes, we have to make it in seconds because it's meter per second. We have to be very careful about the quantities, the unit which we are solving the question in. So for minute, we have to convert it into seconds, and after converting into seconds, I'll get 180 seconds. Now this is the easiest equation that you can get the value of x. That would be 300 meters. So this 300 meters was the length of the bridge. How I have calculated it? Distance में मैंने पहले train का distance जो length है वो रखा, plus I've added the distance of that bridge, the length of that bridge. Simply you will get the answer as 300 meters. Now the next concept comes to us as the relative speed concept. Now what is this? So two cars are moving in the same direction at the speed of 100 and 150 kilometers per hour. Now इनका relative distance, relative speed कितनी होगी? That would always be subtractive. So 150 minus 100, that is 50 kilometers per hour, is the relative speed. So this applies for each and every question, for every concept that you ever get in your relative speed. So relative speed may, whenever the cars are moving in the same direction, your value would be subtractive. Okay. What if my cars are moving in the in the opposite directions? So one car is traveling at 100 kilometers per hour, another is traveling at 150 kilometers per hour. Now in this, the speeds will be additive. So 100 plus 150, that will give you 250 kilometers per hour. So always remember the concept, अगर cars मेरी एक ही direction में जा रही हैं तो मेरी speed minus होगी, अगर वो opposite direction से आ रही हैं so my speed will be positive. Okay, वो add हो जाएंगी. Next, so two cars start from points A and B at the same time. One runs at 50 kilometers per hour, the other runs at 70 kilometers per hour, and crosses each other after 1 hour 40 minutes. What is the distance between the 2 points? So first of all, you tell me, did you understand the question? क्या आपको question समझ आ रहा है? Please comment down. YouTube as well as on Zoom. Please comment down. Do you understand the question or not? Okay, Rishi says yes. Okay, Tamanna says yes. Anyone else? Anyone else? Okay, perfect. So let's get on to the solution then. So two cars were coming from the opposite directions. So distance equals to speed into time. 50 plus 70, my speed will be additive. जैसे हमने पिछले concept में देखा कि yes, the speed will be additive. Multiplied by time कितना दिया है मुझे? 140 by 60. Minutes को मैंने hours में convert कर लिया because my speed was in kilometers per hour, so I have to convert it. So to convert minutes, we just have to divide by 60 because in an hour we have 60 minutes. So 1 multiplied by 40 by 60. What next? Simple. Just solving the calculations, doing the calculation, solving the equation, and I'm getting to the answer as 200 kilometers. So the distance between the 2 points was 200 kilometers. Any doubts till this question? I've taught you two concepts. One was the train, another is this, the relative speed. Any doubts till now? For all the students who are new to the sessions, so we have a Telegram group. The link to join the group is given in the comment section. Please, you can join this group for all your queries in future. Can you please explain the train example again? Like we have quite less time, Shreya. It would be great if you can join this session. If you can join this Telegram link, I'm giving you in the comment section and you can connect me over there. I'll again repeat it for you personally. Okay. But I have to speed it up, right? So moving on now. Please share, please, but do connect to me on this link. So two cars start from one point to another at the same time. A runs at 50 kilometers per hour and B runs at 70 kilometers per hour. If B reaches the destination 2 hours before A, what is the distance between the 2 points? Again, a similar type of question, but they're traveling in the same direction. पिछले question हमने देखा था वो opposite directions में थे. Okay. Now, जैसे हमने यहाँ पे देखा इस क्वेश्चन में, so पहले हमने उनकी स्पीड निकाली, then we have multiplied it by the time, हमने टाइम को चेंज किया, and then we were able to calculate the distance. Now there's a shortcut trick for this as well. What is that? Again, आप चाहो तो यहाँ पे वो सेम कंसेप्ट के साथ भी चल सकते हो. You can subtract both the speeds and then you can come to one final conclusion. But there is a shortcut trick. What is that? So you can easily write the question as speed of A multiplied by speed of B multiplied by delay, okay, upon the relative speed of A and B. This is a simple shortcut trick. If you can remember this, great. You can solve your question at a much faster pace. 50 multiplied by 70 multiplied by 2 upon 20. Relative speed क्या है मेरी? Subtract होगी. तो 20 आ गया मेरा denominator में. Speed of A was given to me as 50. Speed of B was given to me as 70. And multiplied by 2 because 2 hours का delay था. Easily you'll get to the answer as 250. Any doubts till now? And please comment out, do you like the trick or not? Yes, great, Tamanna. Perfect. You like the trick or not? Okay, so like this is a new thing for us as well. So we have never done these marathon sessions. This is the first time we are conducting these marathon sessions where you are getting 4 live lectures, 3 hours continuously. So we have provided a Google form link. Please see in the comments from Galaxy M20. Sakshi ma'am is replying to you all. And in this Google form, you can fill up this Google form if you want more such sessions or if you feel any feedback regarding the sessions, regarding me or the other faculties who will be taking this session. Please feel free. Your feedback will totally be up to me. So don't worry कि मेरा नाम जाने वाला है. Nothing like that. It just we want to improve your experience with us. Can we do this for more than 2 vehicles as well? Yes, for sure you can do this as 2 vehicles for वहां पे आपको जो इनकी relative speed होगी वो आपको एक एक ऑब्जेक्ट लेके चलना पड़ेगा. फॉर एग्जांपल अगर हम यहाँ की बात करें तो फिर आपको उसके बाद दोबारा लेके चलना पड़ेगा. ओके, कैन वी डू दिस फॉर 2 more vehicles? नो. ओके, आई थॉट कि आप 2 सेट्स की बात करो. नो नो नो, दैट ओनली अप्लाइज अप टिल 2 vehicles only and in majority of the cases we have 2 only. So अगर 2 से ज्यादा होते हैं तो that questions come to the race part. So racing का हमारा एक थर्ड टाइप आ जाता है. वहां पे हमें रेसिंग कंसेप्ट लगाना पड़ता है. वहां पे रिलेटिव स्पीड का नहीं होता है. I'll teach you that as well. I thought आप sets के लिए पूछ रहे थे कि 2 cars के sets. Okay. Now we come to the boats and stream. So what happens in boats and stream? So हमारे पास एक downstream होती है, एक upstream होती है. So in the video, if you see, so this is a downstream flow. Okay. Now what happens in the downstream flow? One option can be the same direction of boat and stream. मेरी जो boat है वो same direction में row कर रही है. So यहाँ पे क्या होगा? The sum of speed of boat and stream. तो जो मेरा speed होगा stream का और मेरे boat का, that would be additive. Okay. The next option can be जब मेरे स्पीड का मेरा जो स्ट्रीम है दैट फ्लो इज डाउन स्ट्रीम बट आई एम रोइंग अपस्ट्रीम, सो मैं उसके अपोजिट में जा रहा हूँ अपने प्रेशर को लेके, अपनी बोट को लेके. सो इन दैट केस व्हाट विल हैपन, अगर ये अपोजिट है, सिमिलर कंसेप्ट, अप्रोक्सीमेटली सिमिलर कंसेप्ट. सो अपस्ट्रीम में अगर हम जा रहे हैं सो दैट अपोजिट डायरेक्शन ऑफ बोट एंड स्ट्रीम होगी, तो डिफरेंस ऑफ स्पीड ऑफ बोट एंड स्ट्रीम. व्हेन आई वाज टॉकिंग अबाउट द कार, तो व्हेन दे वर ट्रैवलिंग इन द सेम डायरेक्शन, वहां पे उनकी स्पीड माइनस हो रही थी, बट व्हेन इट कम्स टू बोट्स एंड स्ट्रीम, वहां पे उनकी स्पीड ऐड हो जाएगी. सिमिलरली जहां पे उनकी अपोजिट में आने पर स्पीड ऐड हो रही थी, नाउ बोट्स एंड स्ट्रीम के कॉन्सेप्ट में उनकी जो स्पीड है वो सबट्रैक्ट. Now this is the formula, speed of boat in still water. So if I don't have any speed of stream, so it will be a still water जहाँ पे पानी आपका रुका हुआ होता है. तो speed of boat in still water is d plus u by 2 and speed of stream क्या होगी, d minus u by 2. So these are some formulas which you should be familiar with. My speed will decrease, and yes, आपकी speed अगर आप upstream में जा रहे हो, definitely it would be against the motion of the flow, so definitely your speed will be decreased. Okay. Anupam can row 5 kilometers against the stream in 15 minutes and return in 10 minutes. Find the speed of boat in still water. Please see this question and try to solve it first. I want at least 4 to 5 answers. Please look at this question and tell me the answer. I'll again go back to my previous slide to give you, Priyanshu, please stop annotating. Yes, so again, this was the concept. Please see. This was the concept. These were the speeds. Now see the question and solve it. इतना टाइम क्यों लग रहा है? This is a very easy concept. Tamanna, Arya, Shreya, Rishi, what would be the answer?
Yeah.
Perfect, Shreya, perfect. Yes, मैंने आंसर भी तभी शो कर दिया. Yes, so the upstream speed would be 5 upon 15 by 60. That will give me 20 kilometers per hour. The downstream would be 5 divided by 10 by 60 equals to 30 kilometers per hour. Speed of boat मुझसे पूछी गई थी in still water, and speed of boat is additive in still water. So d plus u by 2, that is 50 by 2, 25 kilometers per hour. In case अगर आपसे speed of current भी पूछा होता, that would be d minus u by 2 equals to 5 kilometers. So this is an extra part which I have shown to you. Just in case कि अगर आपसे पूछा होता कि speed of current क्या है. How to join the Zoom class, Amrisha Priyal. So Amrisha, can you see the contact number that is given? Can you please comment, Amrisha, on YouTube? Can you please comment down? Can you see the contact number which is given above? Please share the link for the Zoom. Daksh, can you please see the contact number which is given? Please comment down so that I come to know. 25, perfect. Amrisha and Priyal. Amrisha Priyal, Daksh Arora, please. Okay. Sir, please explain the last. Okay. So Tamanna, see, in the upstream हम क्या करते हैं? Upstream में 5 क्या है? मेरा distance है upon time. Okay, speed equals to distance upon time. क्या time आपको दिया हुआ है upstream में? That is 15 minutes. Minutes को मैंने hours में convert किया है 15 by 60. Just a sec. Yes, Daksh. So if you can see the contact number, please WhatsApp her and she will give you the link to join. Please contact her. 15 by 60. Solve करूंगा 20 kilometers per hour. In the downstream, applying the similar concept, Tamanna, so 5 divided by 10 by 60, because now it took 10 minutes to return, right? So the answer is 30 kilometers per hour. Now you have the downstream speed and the upstream speed. So जब आप इसको solve करोगे, so d plus u by 2 मेरी speed of boat होती है in still water. d plus u by 2, 50 by 2 is 25 kilometers. Similarly, अगर आपसे क्वेश्चन में पूछा होगी speed of current क्या है, तो d minus u by 2 is 5 kilometers per hour. आपको आंसर मिल जाएगा. Okay, I hope you understood now, Tamanna. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Boat takes 8 hours to cover a distance while traveling upstream, whereas while traveling downstream, it takes 6 hours. If the speed of current is 4 kilometers per hour, what is the speed of boat in still water? Again, I want all of you to try this question first, and then I'll get to the solution. Please try. Daksh and Amrisha, you can comment down your contact number as well so that we can reach out to you. Daksh and Amrisha, please try to solve this question. Okay, Ananya says 28. I hope Ananya is right. Ananya solves questions very quickly. I know Ananya. So I'm hoping Ananya is definitely getting a seat in IIM soon. Okay, any more answers? Thank you, dear. Thank you, dear. Means a lot for me as well. Okay, any more answers? Ananya says 28. Tamanna says 28 kilometers. Perfect, Tamanna. Anyone else? Okay, okay. Sonak also is 28. Yes, the answer was 28 only. So all the students were not able to solve it. I'm just briefing you about the question. So no matter if the board goes upstream or downstream, the distance remains the same. Okay, that is a general thing which we can simply imply, right? So मैं जितना x direction में अगर मैं वापस आ रहा हूँ, that is the same distance. So you can simply equate the two distances. So now we have these equations. So x plus 4 multiplied by 6 will be equal to x minus 4 multiplied by 8, where x is I'm taking as a speed of boat in still water. Just solve the questions and the answer is 28. So great job. The students for Ananya, Tamanna, Sonak, you're doing great. Now we are come to the question on the topic on the type of question that is races. So आर्य जो आपने पूछा था कि more than 2 अगर objects के साथ हम कर सकते हैं, that यहाँ पे आपका वो वाला concept apply होगा in the part of races. Okay. So when the terminology is A gives B a start of 10 meters or A beats B by 10 meters in a 100-meter race, means that when A completes 100 meters, B would have completed only 90 meters. So what happens कि race के questions थोड़ा हमें confuse करते हैं. That's why ये 2-3 तरह के मैं आपको types बताऊंगा question के race में, जहां पे आपको समझ आएगा. So अगर A gives B a start of 10 meters और A beats B by 10 meters in a 100 meters race, उसका क्या मतलब होता है कि जब A ने 100 meters complete कर लिया होगा, B का सिर्फ 90 meters रह गया होगा उस टाइम पे. Okay. More people are joining. Let me admit them. Okay, Daksh. Great. Okay, great. So Daksh from YouTube is also here with us. So in a circular track, if A and B runs at a speed of a meter per second and B meter per second, then A is greater than B from the same starting point at the same time, then they will meet again when A has covered one complete round more than B. That is the time taken to complete one round at a speed equal to their relative speeds. Now, ये theoretical parts हैं. When you solve the questions, you'll understand the concept more clearly. Now, third point, the third type, which can be both A and B will meet at the starting point again at a time which is the LCM of the time. So कुछ questions में आपको पूछा होता है कि वो कब एक साथ दोबारा से मिलने वाले हैं. So in that type of questions, both A and B will meet at the starting point again at a time which is the LCM of the time taken by each one of them to complete one round. तो जो उनका one round लेने में जो उनका time था, उसका हम LCM calculate करते हैं. That is, calculate the time after which they will be individually at the starting point, and LCM of those time will give you the time after which they will be together at the starting point. So जहां पे भी questions में आपको पूछा होता है कि वो starting point पे दोबारा से कब आने वाले हैं, you will apply the concept of LCM. जहां पर भी आपको पूछा जाता है कि उन्होंने एक head start लिया है, you will apply the first concept. Okay, moving on. I'll show you some questions now. So A can give B a start of 12 meters or 3 seconds. So या तो वो 12 meters का दे सकता है या फिर 3 seconds का दे सकता है. What does that mean? 12 meters is equal to 3 seconds in a 1 kilometer race. How much time will A take to complete the race? Let's see. So जैसे मैंने आपको बताया 3 seconds was equivalent to 12 meters. 1 kilometer is the total length of the circular track. So 1000 meters or 1 kilometers will be equivalent to कितनी देर में वो कर पाएगा? Multiplied by 3 upon 12. That is 250 seconds. So in 250 seconds पूरा one round वो complete कर पाएगा. So B will take 250 seconds to complete the 1 kilometer race. The kilometer race means the 1 kilometer race. And since A gives B a start of 3 seconds, तो A कितने टाइम में कर पाएगा? तो A ने ऑलरेडी B को 3 सेकंड एक्स्ट्रा दिए थे. सिंपली A will complete the race in 247 seconds. उससे 3 सेकंड कम में वो क्रॉस कर लेगा. So this was based on the first concept जो मैंने आपको बताया था कि जहां पर अगर वो हेड स्टार्ट देते हैं तो कितनी जल्दी they can cover it up. अगर वहां पे डिस्टेंस के बारे में पूछा होता तो डिस्टेंस वुड बी 1000 meters एक के लिए हो जाता एंड उससे पहले के लिए हो जाता 988 बिकॉज 12 meters का हेड स्टार्ट था. जस्ट subtract 12 meters from 1000, so 988 will be the answer in that case. Okay, now in a 10-kilometer race A B C, so आर्य जो आपका डाउट था कि A 2 से ज्यादा क्वांटिटीज के लिए, तो यहाँ पे वो आपका क्लियर हो जाएगा. So in a 10-kilometer race A, B and C each running at uniform speeds get the gold, silver and bronze medals respectively. If A beats B by 1 kilometer and B beats C by 1 kilometer, then by how much meters does A beat C? A ने B को बीट किया 1 किलोमीटर से, B ने C को बीट किया by 1 किलोमीटर. अब A ने C को कितने किलोमीटर से बीट किया? The answer is never 2. First of all, let me tell you this. ऐसा नहीं होगा कि A ने C को 2 किलोमीटर से बीट किया. First, I want you to try this question, then I'll give the solution. Please try. But the answer is not 2 for sure. That is the one thing. Amrisha, I'm still waiting for you to be here in the Zoom session. So please contact Sakshi ma'am for this. Ananya says 1.9 kilometers or 1900 meters. Okay, great, Ananya. Anyone else? Ananya says 1900. Can you please explain this one? Just share, I'll explain. But first, I want my students to try this question. I'll definitely explain the question. Please try once. Okay, Sonak says 1900. Okay, anyone else wants to try? Okay, RS is one. That's perfect, perfect, perfect. So see, Shreya, A beats B by 1 kilometers means if A has traveled 10 kilometers in the same time, B has traveled 9 kilometers. So this is kind of an assumption that we are taking. So 10 kilometers, no, sorry, it was already given in the question that 10 kilometers race. So if A traveled 10 kilometers, so then B will travel 9 kilometers because वो 1 kilometer से पीछे है. So the ratio of the speeds will be A is to B would be 10 is to 9. Okay. Similarly, the speed ratio of B and C would be 10 is to 9. In the same way, now A is to B is 10 is to 9, B is to C is 10 is to 9. The ratio of speeds of A, B, C will be, you can see in the question, 100 is to 90 is to 81. अगर आप concept देखेंगे, 1 का difference है दोनों के बीच में. In the same time that A travels 100 meters, C travels 81 meters. Okay. So इन दोनों के बीच में कितना डिस्टेंस हुआ? 1900 meters or 1.9 kilometers. So is it clear to you, Shreya? Perfect, Tamanna, perfect. Arya, good. Sonak, great. Ananya is already on fire. Okay. So Shreya, you wanted to explain me this question. So is it clear to you now? Okay, perfect, perfect, perfect. Moving on. Now I'll solve some previous year questions. Okay, so this question was there in the IPM exam 2020. So Guru and Chela walked around a circular path of 115 kilometers in a circumference. They start together from the same point. again. So they start together from the same point. If they walk at a speed of 4 and 5 kilometers per hour respectively, also they walk in the same direction, when will they meet? तो यहाँ पे आपका relative concept लगेगा, यहाँ पे आपका meeting वाला concept लगेगा जो third point था. Okay, so I want you all to try this question first and then I'll tell you the solution. Please try. Expecting the fastest answer from Ananya. Yes, Ananya, not showing the answer. Please try. Okay, Sonak says after 115 hours. Tamanna says first. Okay, 115, Daksha is first. Okay, so I hope the answer is 115 only. Ananya, do you want to show the answer now? Are you done? Okay, showing you the answer now. So the given distance was 115 kilometers. The speed one is 4 kilometers per hour. The speed two was 5 kilometers per hour. Relative था, दोनों का minus हो गया. तो 1 kilometers per hour because they were moving in the same direction. Therefore, they will meet after 115 divided by 1. That is 115 hours. Perfect, Tamanna, Daksh, so all of you who were able to answer this question, perfect. No worries Ananya, you just have to be a bit more careful. थोड़ा सा और concentration के साथ करोगे तो because यहाँ पे calculation की need ही नहीं थी. Like this question में शायद मतलब without even using any calculation I would have done this question. Okay. Now the next question is from IPM at Indore 2020. Oh, Indore. So two people running at a race of 3 kilometers in a circle of a course of 300 meters. Okay. If the ratio of speed is 3:2, then how many times will the winner pass the loser? This is a very good question, I would say. So this came in Indore 2020 this year only. So please again try this question. This is also based on the race concept. Two people running a race of 3 kilometers is the whole length of the race in a circle of a course of 300 meters. If the ratio of speed is 3:2, then how many times will the winner pass the loser? Please try. Yes, Samriddhi, you are already there in the Zoom, I hope. Yes, you are there. I can see you. Okay, perfect. Great. Just saw your comment on YouTube. Okay, students, please hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. The session is almost about to get over. Now, Nitika ma'am will be here to tell you about GK. So all those students who are preparing for DUJAT as well as for the law exams, please stay online. The concept of race is also there in law exams. Yes, Harshita, it's nothing like that. He concept of race is a different thing. That concept is under time, speed, and distance. And for sure, you can have questions from it. So very well, Harshita. Yes, the questions can be there. Okay, so anyone who has tried the question, Sonak says 2. Okay, anyone else? Any answers from Shreya, Samriddhi, Sneha, Tamanna? I didn't get. Okay, I'll explain. I'll explain. No issues. Okay, let's start. Read the question now. Since the ratio of speed is 3:2 that is given to us, it means that in the time B finishes the first lap, A is already done with the first lap and is 100 meters ahead of B. Okay. If you look closely, अगर आप ratio समझते, if you understand ratio and proportions, then you can very well understand this statement. It means that in the time B finishes the first lap, A is already done with the first lap and is also 100 meters ahead, because जब वो 2 लैप्स खत्म करेगा तो ए की 3 लैप्स खत्म हो चुकी होंगी एंड 300 मीटर्स का टोटल हमारा सर्कमफ्रेंस है उसका, तो दैट तभी वो 100 मल्टीप्लाइड बाय 100 मल्टीप्लाइड बाय 100 होने वाला है. ओके, द रेस इज टोटल ऑफ 10 लैप्स. ओके, सो 3 किलोमीटर्स डिवाइड बाय 300 दैट इज 10 लैप्स और 300 मीटर्स. ये हमने इन्फर कर लिया कि हाँ कितना हमारे लैप्स होने वाले हैं. So again, the concept that I was telling you, so this was a very, I would say कि कोई मैथमेटिकल कंसेप्ट नहीं था, जस्ट आपका सेंस था कि व्हेन बी कंप्लीट सेकंड लैप, ए कंप्लीट्स द थर्ड लैप. ओके, दिस इज द फर्स्ट टाइम दैट ए विल पास बी, बिकॉज पहले वो 100 मीटर्स आगे था, तब हमारा बी का फर्स्ट लैप खत्म हुआ. फिर जब वो 200 मीटर्स आगे था, तब बी का सेकंड लैप खत्म हुआ. एंड नाउ व्हेन ही इज अगेन कंप्लीटिंग द थर्ड लैप, तब बी का सेकंड लैप खत्म हो रहा है. So this is the first time that A will pass B, and by now A has completed 3 multiplied by 300, that is 900 meters of race is already completed. Similarly, A will pass B after 6 laps and then 9th lap. So A passes B 3 times, not 2 times. Sonak, sorry, your answer was wrong. So the total time would be 3 times. Okay, 3 बार वो पास करेगा. Any doubts in this question? Okay, perfect, perfect. Tamanna says no. Anyone else? Anyone else who has doubt? Once again. Okay. So the ratio was 3:2. इसका मतलब है कि जब A अगर मेरा आगे है B से, A ने लैप को फिनिश किया 100 मीटर ज्यादा, तो जब फर्स्ट टाइम B फिनिश कर रहा है अपनी फर्स्ट लैप को, A विल बी कंप्लीटिंग द लैप 100 मीटर्स अहेड. वो ऑलरेडी 100 मीटर्स आगे होगा. हमें पता है कि हमारी जो रेस है वो 10 लैप्स की. कैसे हमने पता लगाया? 3 किलोमीटर्स को मैंने 300 से डिवाइड कर दिया, तो उसका मतलब हुआ 10 लैप्स हैं. ठीक है, तो जब सेकेंड लैप बी की कंप्लीट होगी, तो ए की ऑलरेडी थर्ड लैप कंप्लीट हो चुकी होगी. ओके, 10 टोटल है. अगेन 6 और 4 हो जाएगा. अगेन उसका 9 और 6 हो जाएगा. सो 9 लैप्स के बाद वो दोबारा कभी नहीं मिल पाएंगे, बिकॉज वो जब एक और राउंड लेगा तो रेस खत्म हो जाएगी. सो ओनली 3 टाइम्स ऐसा पॉसिबल होगा कि वो दोनों एक दूसरे को पास कर पाएंगे. ओके ऋषिराज, आई होप नाउ यू अंडरस्टूड द क्वेश्चन. दिस वाज अ वेरी कॉमन सेंस वाला क्वेश्चन, इसमें कोई मैथमेटिकल कांसेप्ट मैंने नहीं लगाया. इज इट क्लियर नाउ ऋषिराज? ओके, ओके, ग्रेट समृद्धि, ग्रेट ग्रेट ग्रेट. So this is a quite lengthy question. I'll skip this because it will take a lot of time. Okay. Okay. This is a good question, I would say. So this was also an IP mat Indore. 2 small insects which are X meters apart take U minutes to pass each other when they are flying towards each other. Okay. And V minutes to meet each other when they are flying in the same direction. Now I've skipped few questions because time is less. Already Ritika ma'am will be here very soon to tell you about the GK. So that's why I've skipped few questions. If you feel that आपको previous year में कोई भी question में कोई doubt है, please feel free to connect. आपके पास मेरा email ID है. In the comment section, you know the Telegram group link is there. You can join me. And V minutes to meet each other when they are flying in the same direction. Then the ratio of speed of the slower insect to that of the faster insect is. These options are there. Anyone who wants to try this question first before I proceed further? Okay, please try, Tamanna. Please go ahead. Sure, sure, sure. Please try. Ananya, yes, you are in. You are in. Please try this question first. Saurav says D. Okay. Saurav is also giving pretty nice answers very quickly. Samriti says D, Tamanna says D. Okay, perfect. If you guys have solved this question, that means IP mat Indore hone wala hai. So one of the toughest question, I would say. And if you guys were able to do it, that's great. Okay. But thoda sa kahin par kuch issue hai. The answer was not D, it was C. Okay, let me explain you. So traveling towards each other, the relative speeds were P plus Q. Now, U is equals to X upon P plus Q. Okay. If V is equals to X upon P minus Q. ये मेरे speeds के concept हो गए. Now, I'll just solve these equations. These are some complicated equations if you see. So U plus V upon U minus V equals to P minus Q plus P plus Q. So ये equation मैं आपको solve करना नहीं बताने वाला हूँ. You can take a screenshot of this question. And अगर आपको इसमें doubt लगता है, then you please ping me on Telegram. Okay. So these are the equations. If you feel any doubt in this question, feel free to ask me in the Telegram group. But at the end, your answer would be C only. P by Q का जो मेरा ratio है, that is V minus U upon U plus V. The option C is my right answer. So you can take a screenshot of this question. अगर आपको equations नहीं समझ आ रही कि equations कैसे बनाई हैं, sir, please let me take the screenshot of the question that skipped. Okay, okay, Samriddhi, okay. Please take the screenshot of the question. Hello, so that was the data, and based on that data, this is the question that we get. Please take the screenshots. If not, you can get these screenshots later as well. You can connect to me on Telegram. मैं वहां पे आपको already इसके screenshots दे दूंगा. Don't worry, Samriddhi. Okay. Let's move on then. Show me the slides of race concepts, please. I have to take screenshot of that. Rishiraj, आप मेरे साथ already Telegram पे हो. मैं आपको वहां पे screenshot दे दूंगा. Okay. So I'm just waiting for Nitika ma'am now. She must be joining in any minute. So all the students who are preparing for the law exams, please stay online. And BBA के लिए जो DU JAT के लिए specially prepare कर रहे हैं, please stay online. Nitika ma'am will be here very shortly, and she'll tell you the tips to crack GK exam. Okay. जिनको भी screenshots की need है, वो please do connect me on Telegram. I'll provide you the screenshot of all the questions that you need. Okay, dear. Let's see, ma'am would be here. Okay, meanwhile, I can just take one or two more questions till ma'am is joining. Okay. Two boats in a current-free lake start sailing towards each other from a distance of 140 kilometers at the same time. A fish touches boat, sir, for IPM, can we leave? Ananya, so yes, if you are just preparing for IPM, you can leave the session because GK का आपका कोई relevance नहीं है. But after that, the last session is for higher maths. So for Indore students who are going to appear for the IPM Indore, उनको ये session में रुकने की जरूरत रहेगी. So after these two sessions, you can look for the higher maths session. The last session is the higher maths one. Okay. Sir, I will see from YouTube recording screenshots. Yes, for sure. You can see this from the YouTube as well. अगर किसी को पर्सनली मुझसे बात करनी हो, किसी को कोई भी डाउट हो, so please feel free to connect. Sir, I'm preparing for NPAT. Can I leave? Yes, mean you can surely leave. NPAT में आपको इसकी जरूरत नहीं पड़ेगी जीके की. Okay, RC session is also there at 3.5. Yes, RC session is also there. Yes, so for English, you guys have to stay. The GK session is just not for you. Apart from that, everything is there. So meet आपको again जरूरत पड़ेगी for the RC session. You have to be here in this session on the marathon. तभी आप आगे पढ़ पाओगे. So English is also one of the major topics that will be there. Yes. So apart from this, any more queries, any more doubts? When will the higher maths class will start? So it will start at the end. Okay. बिल्कुल end में जो आपका होगा आपकी class तब higher maths की होगी, the last class. So what should be the frequency of classes? So 3 to 4 lectures per week. Number of mock tests that we are providing you, that is 75 plus online mock test, 90 plus law and CLAT. And all those students who are leaving this session, please comment down on the Google form on YouTube. You will find it in the description. I've provided a Google form. Please fill that out for the feedback. I want these sessions to be very interactive. So अगर आपके और कुछ suggestions हैं, अगर आपके और कोई topics हैं जो आपको लगते हैं कि yes, I need this, so please do approach me. 420 higher maths. Yes, 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 yes. Okay, Nitika ma'am, are you here now?
Yes, sir, absolutely. Thank you so much for holding over the session. Thank you so much.
Just I'm just briefing, like ending my session. I'm just telling them what else they are getting with our course if they are going with us.
Sure,
Yes, so you'll get plus recorded videos as well, and we have a 24/7 Telegram group with me, so you can connect me over there. Today we are also giving you a discount of rupee 25% discount. If you use this code IPMC21, you will get the discount on your IPM course, that is 20,999. Similarly, for the grad as well, if you go, so we have 37,499. Shifting to online classes is very beneficial. I'll tell you why and how. So the results speak for this. So these are the results which have been there with us for the plus two domain in 2020 in law, BBA, IPM, NHM exams. So all these students, वो students जिनकी photo मैं ले पाया था, we have so many toppers apart from them as well. But these were few students जिनकी photographs मेरे पास थी. Just wanted to show you guys. If you have any doubts or queries, you can connect to me on ankurgoel.hitbullseye@gmail.com. Thanks for being in the session. Nitika ma'am, over to you now. Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank you.
sir.
Thank you so much, sir. Hi and good evening, everyone. I hope that my voice is audible to all of you and the PPT in front of you is visible as well.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So, practically speaking, I come across with a lot of questions from students, especially from the CLAT students, that ma'am, this year 2020, because of the changes in the pattern or the changes in the question, the type of questions which have been asked. So, what type of preparations, or should we change our preparations, or how do we manage actually to prepare in a way that CLAT 21 will be a bit easier for us? See, students, the CLAT 21 aspirants, you have an edge over the CLAT 20 aspirants. Now you already know what type of questions are going to be there in 21. Uh, Technically speaking, if we see the CLAT 20 exam, all the passages which have been asked and even the questions, they all were encrypted and derived from the newspapers. So, one thing is never, ever, ever skip any day without reading a newspaper. So, starting with my introduction, I am Nitika Raman and I am GK faculty in the Hitbullseye, and I'm taking up the GK section for the online batches and also for the offline batches. See, how to pace up the GK CLAT 2021. The only quick tip I would love to share with you is revise all the topics once the day before the exam. Now, this is a bit quick. We are just talking about the test, the test day. That one, if for example, if your exam is scheduled on 10th of May, then till 8th of May, just wind up your preparations. Keep the 9th of May only for the revision of the topics, and do not try to check anything new in the last minutes, because this is GK. This is not mathematics or verbal that you can memorize it or you can retain it in your mind. Many a times students ask me that, ma'am, it is very difficult to retain whatever we have read in the previous 6 months or previous 7 months. So, ma'am, how do we make it, or how do we prepare for the current affairs, right? See, during preparations, do not miss your own schedule, because once you miss on that, or once you deviate from your time management or your schedule which you have actually been preparing for, it will ultimately it is going to hamper your entire schedule in a way that neither you will be able to prepare for verbal, for quant, for CLAT, GK definitely, and even for the law section, because again, that is also very important, right? So always try to revise GK through the mind mapping. Now, I hope you have been quite familiar with the meme culture these days, right? So meme culture is very common these days. आप लोग देख रहे होंगे even in the Instagram, in the Twitter, that all the memes have been made in the diagrammatic manner so that you get the entire loop or entire story in that one meme, right? So try to focus or try to memorize your GK in a way that you actually frame a diagram in your mind, or in a snake manner, or whatsoever, right? You just frame it in a way that you can keep it or you can retain it for a pretty long period of time. Hi Arshita. Telegram, because there was some issues in my Telegram in the previous week, and I had just joined back yesterday on the Telegram. definitely I will reply you. Actually, my Telegram account was not working well. There had been some technical issues on Telegram. I was unable to see any messages which were sent by the others. Right. So definitely now the problem has been resolved. So I will get back to you definitely on the Telegram. And thank you so much for even mentioning me on the Telegram, because see, Telegram is a group where we connect with the students, and we connect with the students in a way that they can directly ask us questions. So I think this is the beauty of technology today, in today's world, that you can directly connect with your teachers as and when it is required. And here we are talking about GK. GK is a particular subject in which you read a passage, you read a concept, you didn't get it, you didn't understand what exactly has happened. You just instantly ask me, ma'am, is this news important or is this not? Right? I reply you with yes or no, that no, this is not important, or yes, this is important. Right? So, as I had just mentioned, Bache, newspaper is highly recommended, and the preferred newspapers I had been repeating in all my demo sessions: the Hindu, the Indian Express, the Economic Times. They are the best newspapers of our country, with good quality, again, good vocabulary, good content also. That is what is required in your competitive exam. Also, please do leave those jiffy news now, because again, what is Deepika Padukone and Ranveer Singh doing in the holidays? Definitely this should not be your concern, at least till the time you are not you don't clear your CLAT 2021. So please kindly leave those chitter chatters and B town news, or some unwanted news. Amit Shah ne kya kaha, Modi ji ne kya kaha, please leave all that. Just focus on the national, international news. Again, I'll be just covering up the newspaper part, because that is very important. Okay, Saurav, I'll make sure that you'll be given the link of the Telegram, definitely. Otherwise, you can reach me through Nitika Tiwari in the Telegram. You can just search it. I'm there only, right? So after this, okay, do you have any query relating to newspaper reading? Because again, students have been asking me how to read the newspaper, what are the news headlines to be covered. I assume that you are well aware of this. If not, then just let me give you a very brief idea of what news headlines to be covered. See, any news headlines which contains the international affairs. For example, we have US presidential elections, uh, Armenian Azerbaijani's conflict, the G20 virtual summits, the Shanghai Cooperation Organization summits, and the peace treaties, or the US troops backing out from Afghanistan. These are some of the hot uh, topics which remained in news in the previous time. Also, World Health Organization's fundings for the COVID-19 hit countries in the world. So all these topics are very important from the exam point of view, right? Besides this, talking about the national affairs, again, now national policies are very important. Any schemes launched by the government of India, again, very important. Any new events wherein our prime minister, our president have been visiting or inaugurating, again, very important. The awards and honors, most important part, right? Then after this, these days, science and tech is bringing a lot of limelight in the country. Any new missiles launched, any satellites launched. Apart from this, as we know that we are very critical about our environment these days, Paris Agreement, Sustainable Development Goals, these are some constant topics, some static topics, which again you need to brush up and you need to memorize it, right? The schemes by states as well as centers, but put more focus on the central sponsored scheme or center government scheme than the state scheme. State schemes are just 10-20% important. 100% important is your center government schemes, right? So any changes in the act, definitely the polity part, that is the amendments, very very important. Amendments in the laws, any new law proposed in the Lok Sabha, or any bill passed, or any if a bill is in the queue, it is passed in Lok Sabha, went for the recommendations in Rajya Sabha. Again, even if it has not been passed by the president, you need to understand what that bill is all about, right? So these news, besides business awareness, very important, because don't think that you are preparing for CLAT and you need not to read more about the business. Business awareness is again very important, bache. So all these topics are again, you can cover these topics in your newspaper, right? Besides this, I just give you a quick tip. Always try to read your newspaper in merely 45 minutes. Just set a stopwatch, and for the 45 minutes, try to read it. Now, how do you have to read it? First, just scrutinize the newspaper and highlight those headlines which you need to read. You will see that averagely in a newspaper, not more than 12 to 15 headlines or 12 to 15 news which are of your competitive exams importance, right? Not more than 15. So now, firstly, you need to scrutinize the entire newspaper, just round off the headlines which you need to read, right? And then start reading the newspaper. Then next, I know some students are they are very much inclined towards sports. Sports for CLAT 2021, I would not recommend to read more of it, but just the brief of it, because I know some students are there who are giving besides CLAT 21, who are giving SET law, and then DUJAT, and then IPBHMCT, and even the PULLB, DULLB students are there, right? So for them, definitely even sports is important. So just a brief of it, not deeply, right? So always make it a note. Read newspaper in the tactful manner. Do not read newspaper for 2 to 3 hours and you get bored, and then you don't do anything in a day, right? Tactfully read your newspaper, right? Any doubt till here, bache? Do you want to ask anything relating to the newspaper? Very good. Then next, I have already covered this. Read only exam relevant articles. Again, now, okay, here I want to tell you something. Editorials are very important. The opinion pages and the editorials, do not skip this part. Again, they are important, but not all the editorials are important, right? The editorials which have some fact or which have some useful information, pick only those editorials, right? Or which are the editorials which are something critical about the government policies, about the international affairs, about the international issue. So such type of editorials are important, right? Rashi, for the Bihar election, now again you have put up a very good question. Politically motivated statements you don't need to read, right? Just read the conclusion of the Bihar elections. Who were the political parties who were against each other? Name the political parties, just memorize them. Number of seats in the Bihar elections, the seats won by the ruling party, the seats won by the opposition party. Just the factful information about the elections you need to read out, right? Not very much, not very deep of it, right? But yes, Rashi, now you have picked this question because this is the legislative assembly elections. So the constitutional articles relating to the legislative assembly elections, you need to know that. Who conducts? Election commissioner, state election commission. What is state election commission? Who appoints it? Chief election commissioner, who appoints it? Under which articles their duties and powers have been assigned. So these are your static questions which automatically you will we expect you to read, because while starting your GK preparations, we have we have actually designed your classroom in a way that we teach 45 minutes static and 45 minutes current affairs. And even if we are teaching 1.5 hour current affairs, we make sure that we cover the static portion of that current news as well. So this is the beauty of Hit Bullseye, that we design, or we even try to cover up the entire scenario of a particular news, not just the brief of it, that okay, this person has received this award, that's it. No, we will tell you when this award was started, how many Indians have received this award, and in which year it has been abandoned, right? It's like
Ma'am,
that.
do we need to read two or three newspaper, or one is sufficient?
Sneha, is totally up to you. I will never say that, oh no, read only one newspaper. If you're comfortable reading two newspapers, that's totally fine. But make sure that you're reading a qualitative newspaper, not Punjab Kesari and these type of newspapers, which are very regional newspapers, because their coverage is limited. That's the only problem. Read those newspapers which have maximum coverage. Like we have Indian Express, the Hindu, the Economic Times, the Hindustan Times, we have the Times of India, we have the Statesman, the Telegraph, the Wire, the Print. They are brilliant newspapers, right? Yes. Any doubt till here, students? Then next,
Ma'am, some other sources for GK which could be used as a supplement with
see.
news.
Again, if you're reading newspapers, Sneha, that I was just about to start with that, you can make your own monthly magazine. I'm telling you how. When you're reading the newspaper, either make a cutting of the news headline, which you think that it is very important and it is relevant for your exam, or just try to make the bullet points, the maximum 5 pointers relating to that headline. The benefit of it doing this will be that by the end of the month you will have your own notebook, which is your magazine. You don't need to buy another magazine, because see, if you are taking up newspapers, you saying that ma'am, I'm reading two newspaper in a day, and reading two newspaper means that you are totally covering the news headlines which are there in the news for national as well as the international level. So what you need to do is just write the bullet points relating to the relevant news headlines which we have just read. And usually I suggest students to revise your news headlines weekly. Keep your Sundays for the revision, for the news headlines revision which you have read from Monday to Saturday, right? For you, if you will make the bullet points by yourself, you will be able to compile your current affairs by yourself. Other than this, Neha, definitely there are many books available in the market. There are many monthly magazines, weekly magazines available in the market. But I assure you that if you will read the Hit Bullseye snippets which we are giving fortnightly, and besides giving fortnightly, we are giving weekly issues. We averagely we are giving 5 to 6 weekly issues, and snippets, one liner snippets fortnightly. I don't think you need to go anywhere outside the Hit Bullseye material, because one thing, we are giving you snippets. Secondly, we are giving you weekly issues with the doc file. Thirdly, we are giving you videos of the weekly issues as well. So it's not just the weekly issues that you have to read. You can see the videos of the weekly issues, wherein we have covered the static part of that particular news as well. Like the most recent one which we have covered was relating to the this was national education policy, which remained in news in August, and in September 2020, CLAT 2020. Again, the one passage was for the national education policy. So all the students were really surprised and they really thanked us that, ma'am, you have wonderfully presented the national education policy in the video, and it was so useful that we could really answer the questions which were given in the CLAT 20. So, bache, it's all about the content and the quality. Never go by the quantity. Don't go by the quantity कि इतना मिल रहा है हमें, वहां पे इतना मिल रहा है, वो उससे इतना मिल रहा है. Be very selective, precise, qualitative relating to the GK, because GK is abundantly vast, and I don't want students to get lost while reading the articles and while preparing for the GK section, right? So definitely, I would really suggest you all to be very precise, focused, and qualitative in preparing your GK, right? Rishi, you will get these snippets through your gk.hitbullseye website. So we have our own website. GK website is separately there for the students. You can get it from there, right? Nihira, it is there also. Yes, it is there also, right? So besides this, I've already discussed that, do not focus on the nitty gritties of the share markets, share market Sensex going up and down, the press conferences by political parties. They are not very important. entertainment news, again, regional sports news are again not important, right? Also avoid masala items, which I have already discussed. So after this, the most important static subjects for the CLAT students. The CLAT students, please make note of it. For you, modern history, medieval history, and the post-independent issues are very important. The Indian history after 1947 is very important because these days, whatsoever topic we are reading in the newspaper has relevance from our either modern history or the post independent era, that is after 1947. So I would really suggest you all, because history is something we don't need to teach you, it's just like a story. You need to read, you need to start a book, read it like a storyline, right, and retain it in your mind. Chain of events, you need to just like a pearl necklace, you need to actually go through with the timeline and the events which have happened. 1857, 1883, 1901, 1905, 1905, 6, 10. So you need to understand the timeline in the Indian history, right? That is very important. If you get the grip on our Indian history, students, mark my words, you will never fail in the CLAT. Mark my words, right? This is very big thing. Then secondly, medieval history is important. Now that is only because of the art and culture, because we have derived our art and culture maximum from the medieval and the ancient history, right? And whenever we get the idea, or whenever there is any news relating to the excavations and the findings of the fossils, we definitely go back to the medieval and the ancient history. So I'm not saying that ancient history and medieval is not important, but modern post-independent history is more important and give it more priority than the medieval and the ancient history, right? Then second important is polity. Again, Indian polity or the Indian constitution gets its history from the British colonial era, right? So वहां पे आपका overlapping हो जाता है, because if you already know modern history, आपको acts पता होंगे, आपको laws पता होंगे, definitely. So it will be a base ground for reading your polity. So after 1947, definitely you will start reading the polity, the articles, the schedules, the parts. That is again very important. Even as a citizen, it is very important for you to understand what are the basic constitutional articles and parts and schedules there, in your constitution. That is again very very important. Polity is also very important. Thirdly, because in CLAT 20 we have seen that the paper setters were more, they were focusing more on the economy concepts, right? If you have economy in your plus one plus two, you are blessed. If you don't have, then even then you are blessed, right? ऐसा कुछ नहीं है. Economy is बहुत ज्यादा हवा बना रखा है लोगों ने, but ऐसा कुछ नहीं है. It's very easy, very practical, actually very logical even, right? So start reading with the basic concepts of economy from our website. Again, you can start watching the videos of economy basic concepts, right? Even we give lectures on the basic concepts of economy, wherein we teach you the basic meaning of the words which are used in the newspaper. Fiscal deficit, what is fiscal deficit, depression, economic recession, deflation, stagflation, inflation, retail inflation, wholesale inflation. So all these terms you come across in the newspaper, but you don't actually know the meaning of, right? So economy is all about concepts, it's all about terms. If you read the terminologies, if you get to know the terminologies in the economy, you'll be able to read all the news headlines which are given in the newspaper, right? RBI setting up the repo rates, revising the reverse repo rates, setting up the MCLR, base rates, all these things, you'll get clarity once you get to know the basic concepts of the economy, right? So again, these three subjects, again, I'm, revising it: history, polity, and economy. They are very, very important for the CLAT students, right? Yes, Rishi. Yes, Rishi, absolutely. So you will have to log in with your login IDs on the gk.hitbullseye to get the access. Yes, absolutely. Right? Yes, any doubt till here, students? Any doubt? You feel like asking any question, anything, anything. And then we'll start with the further few important topics which remained in news in the previous months. Yes, Tamanna. See, for DUJAT students, Tamanna, definitely a slight difference is for DUJAT students, you need to put more focus on the business awareness, like business news. Ambani is taking over this company, and who is the CEO of this company, logos and taglines of the companies. You need to be more, focused towards the business awareness news. ऐसा नहीं है that DUJAT में आपको हिस्ट्री ज्योग्राफी नहीं पूछा जाता है, बस थोड़े से एक्स्ट्रा क्वेश्चंस आपको बिजनेस रिलेटेड आपको मिलेंगे. सेकेंडली, बिकॉज क्लैट में आपका क्या है कि वन न्यूज हेडलाइंस ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ इट 5 क्वेश्चंस विल बी आस्क्ड. लेकिन ड्यू जाट में बच्चे आपका क्या है, वन न्यूज हेडलाइंस मींस वन न्यूज, वन क्वेश्चन ओनली, राइट. सो ये बहुत बड़ा, आई वुड से ये बहुत बड़ा पॉजिटिव पॉइंट है ड्यू जाट स्टूडेंट्स के लिए. वन न्यूज मींस वन क्वेश्चन, दैट्स इट. बट फॉर द क्लैट स्टूडेंट्स, मेहनत क्लैट स्टूडेंट्स की ज्यादा है, क्योंकि उन्हें एक तो वो इशू आइडेंटिफाई करना है और उसका सारा स्टैटिक पढ़ना है, ताकि वो उनके क्वेश्चंस को अपने दिमाग में थोड़ा सा खुद ही मेडअप कर सके, खुद ही मेकअप कर सके, राइट. कि ओके, इस तरह का क्वेश्चन इसमें आ सकता है ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ क्लैट 2020 पेपर which you all have read definitely, right. So DUJAT students are still on the very lighter note than the CLAT students, right. हर्षिता, इन दी एसलैट अगेन क्वेश्चन टाइप आपके मॉडरेट ही रहते हैं, और उसमें आपको अगेन करंट अफेयर्स बेस्ड स्टैटिक क्वेश्चंस भी आपके काफी पूछे जाते हैं. लाइक फॉर एग्जांपल, अगर अभी ये आर्मेनिया अजरबैजान का इशू आ रहा है, राइट, देयर हैज बीन कॉन्फ्लिक्ट बिटवीन दीज कंट्रीज, राइट, दे कैन आस्क यू हु इज द प्राइम मिनिस्टर और हु इज द प्रेसिडेंट ऑफ आर्मेनिया अजरबैजान. इस तरह के क्वेश्चंस आपको डायरेक्टली पूछे जा सकते हैं. नाउ why Armenia or why Azerbaijan? Because they made the headlines in the recent months, right. So SLAT के लिए भी आपको थोड़ा सा cautious रहना होगा in a way. करंट अफेयर्स जो आप रीड आउट कर रहे हैं, मेक श्योर कि आपको उसके बिहाइंड थोड़ा बहुत हिस्ट्री पता हो, दैट्स इट. और मैं स्टूडेंट्स को अपनी क्लासरूम्स में, आई हैव फ्यू स्टूडेंट्स हियर जिनको पता है दैट आई फोकस ऑन कैपिटल्स, कंट्रीज एंड करेंसीज. ये एक ऐसा पेटी क्वेश्चन है जो कभी भी एग्जामिनर के दिमाग में आ सकता है, और वो किसी भी कंट्री का कैपिटल आपको पूछ सकता है. सो आई ऑलवेज सजेस्ट स्टूडेंट्स, एंड इवन डू नॉट इवन थिंक फ्रॉम द एग्जाम पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू. सी, जब तक आपको किसी कंट्री का लोकेशन नहीं पता होगा, तब तक you won't be able to understand कि ये हो क्या रहा है, what exactly has happened. Before even showing this map to you, did you have any idea Armenia and Azerbaijan actually में locate map में कहाँ करते हैं. So please, because you are an aspirant and I really hope कि आप लोग बहुत smart है, बहुत intelligent है, आप लोग प्लीज अपने रूम में एक वर्ल्ड मैप रखिए, एंड आप अपने कंट्रीज को, कॉन्टिनेंट्स एंड कंट्रीज को बहुत ध्यान से देखिए, कैपिटल्स एंड कंट्रीज देखिए. ये देखिए कि कौन सी कंट्री किसके सरकमफरेट होती है, कहाँ पे लोकेट हो रही है, इंडिया के सराउंडिंग्स में क्या है. दिस इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. फ्रॉम वेयर चाइना इज बॉर्डरिंग इंडिया, व्हाई चाइना इज फेवरिंग एंड going for Djibouti, why China is going to Iran now, why China is favoring Mongolia, why China is favoring China, why China is opposing USA. ये ऐसे क्वेश्चंस हैं जिनके आंसर आपको मैप्स के थ्रू बहुत इजीली मिल जाएंगे. इफ यू टेक्निकली सी इन द वर्ल्ड, सिर्फ 2-3 तरह के इशू है मेन पूरी दुनिया में. लैंड इशू है सबसे बड़ा, तो लैंड डिस्प्यूट है. 2 countries are fighting because of land, 2 countries are fighting because of water. मेनली नेचुरल रिसोर्सेज का ही इशू है बेटा, और किसी चीज का इशू नहीं है. दिस कंट्री इज यूजिंग मैक्सिमम यूरेनियम फॉर न्यूक्लियर रिएक्टर्स. दिस कंट्री इज अनेबल टू यूज बिकॉज इट डजंट पोसेस द यूरेनियम, राइट. सो इसीलिए आपको जितने भी इश्यूज दिखेंगे जियोपॉलिटिकल कॉन्टेक्स्ट में, जो आपके इश्यूज हैं, उसके लिए आपको वर्ल्ड मैप को अपने दिमाग में बिठाना बच्चे बहुत ज्यादा जरूरी है, राइट. Yes, absolutely. Tamanna, yes, you will get those recorded video lectures. You can contact to our academic counselors for that, and they will guide you where those sessions are there in the website, definitely. Right? Okay. So, बच्चे, okay, any doubt till now? आपको कोई भी doubt है अभी तक? Okay, so let me ask you this question. Do you know this issue, Armenia, Azerbaijan? What exactly is the issue? And which country recently brokered their peace deal? This is very important. Yes, so Rishi Raj has mentioned yes. Very good, Rishi. Can you please tell me in 1 minute what is the issue between Armenia and Azerbaijan? Is this the water issue, territorial issue, the army issue? What is the issue between them? Very good, Rishi. So yes, the territorial disputes are there between Armenia and Azerbaijan, and they are the part of the Transcaucasian or the South Caucasian region, which is on the borders of Eastern Europe and the Western Asia. Right now, there the region which is disputed between the countries is the Nagorno Karabakh. This is the issue. This is the main region. So this region has 95% of the population as ethnically Armenian, and this region is controlled by them, but it is internationally recognized as a part of Azerbaijan. Also, Armenia is a Christian majority nation, while Azerbaijan is a Muslim majority nation. So now the twist is here. Nagorno Karabakh is, however, controlled by Azerbaijan, but it is populated and it is inhabited by the Armenian population. So the leaders of the both countries have time to time fueled the issue to gain their political interests, right? Right. Yes, absolutely. So, if we go back to the history, definitely in 1920s and then 1988, in 1920, it was Nagorno-Karabakh Autonomous Region was established within the Azerbaijan by the then Soviet Union. Then further in 1988, which the Nagorno-Karabakh legislation was passed and a resolution was there to join the Armenia. So, despite the region's legal location with Azerbaijan, the resolution was passed that this region belongs to Armenia. Then in 1991, the autonomous region officially declared that it would neither join the Armenia nor join the Azerbaijan. But this resolution was boycotted by Azerbaijan and war erupted between the two countries on the region, leaving roughly tens of thousands of casualties and hundreds of thousands of the refugees in this region. Then in 1994, Russia mediated a ceasefire. In 2016, further, the region was particularly tense because of some violent fighting between the two countries. And now, again, because of the warlike situation in the region, Russia has brokered again a new peace deal between the Armenia and Azerbaijan, and both countries have been in a military conflict over this region in the South Caucasus. So again, because there has been constant conflict and ceasefire, so again Russia came in between and had brokered a peace deal, right? So this was a brief about your Azerbaijan and Armenia. Okay, what is the capital of Azerbaijan? If anyone knows, the capital of Azerbaijan. Very good. Any other student? Okay, very good. And of Armenia? Armenia? अगेन देखो ये ऐसा न्यूज है, ऐसा ये एक ऐसा क्वेश्चन है जो कि कभी भी आपको ये पूछा जा सकता है, राइट? इसीलिए मैं आपको बोल रही हूँ थोड़ा सा कंट्रीज एंड कैपिटल्स को लेके बी अलर्ट, राइट? चलिए, so then next let's start with the global wage report. Again, these reports are very important, and the organization which had released this report is also very important. Like the question can be asked that who or which organization had released this report. So recently the wage report has been released by the International Labour Organization, which had recently revealed the shocking facts of the wages impact due to the COVID-19 pandemic. The global wage report looks at the recent trends in the wages and the global economic and the labor market impacts and the impact that the pandemic has had on the wages. So this report also concludes a number of policy recommendations to mitigate the negative impact. In the last 4 years preceding the COVID-19 pandemic, the global wage fluctuated somewhere between 1.6 and 2.2% when China is excluded from the sample. So China has been excluded from the sample. The real wage growth in those 4 years also fluctuated at the lower level between 0.9 and 1.6%. In the advanced economies, the real wage growth had fluctuated between 0.4 and 0.9%, while in the emerging economies, it was rising more rapidly between 3.5 and 4.5% annually. So this in the first half of 2020, as a result of COVID crisis, a downward pressure on the level or on the growth rate of wages was observed in two-thirds of the countries for which the recent data are available. And in the other countries, the average wages increased largely artificially as the reflection of the substantial job losses among the low paid workers. During the time of crisis, definitely the average wages they significantly skewed by the sharp changes in the composition of the employment, right? So women and the lower paid workers, they have disproportionately borne the brunt of this pandemic, and the decrease in the wages have been have been cited more among the low paid workers and the women in the COVID-19 pandemic times. The global wage growth fluctuated between 1.6% and 2.2% in the 4 years preceding the pandemic. So this shows that the pandemic has definitely not only had caused the unemployment in the world, but also had impacted or negatively impacted or decelerated the growth rate of wages in the world. So that was a brief about your global wage report given by the ILO, International Labour Organization. Then the next we talk about the Swamitva scheme. So Swamitva scheme stands for Rishi. Yes, they are important to remember. Yes, they are important, bache, they are important. Yes, yes, Pratika. So now with this report, you need to learn about G20 economies, G20 emerging economies, right? Then other less developed economies, you need to know G7 international organizations. Again, आपको international organizations के बारे में अच्छे से पता होना again जरूरी है, क्योंकि I can even count up कि आपके कुछ international organizations जो है वो आपके बहुत important है, राइट? फॉर एग्जाम्पल आपका G20, ब्रिक्स हो गया, शंघाई कोऑपरेशन ऑर्गेनाइजेशन. सो ऑल दीज ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस आर इंपॉर्टेंट. हेडक्वार्टर्स, ईयर ऑफ स्टार्टिंग, इज इंडिया द मेंबर ऑफ इट, इन विच ईयर इंडिया बिकेम द मेंबर. ये सारी चीजें आपको डेफिनेटली आपको याद करनी होंगी, या आपको रिटेन, ये आपका रिटेंशन होना चाहिए, राइट? Then next, this is a scheme which stands for Survey of Villages and Mapping with the improvised technology in the village areas, right? So it was recently launched by Prime Minister on the occasion of National Panchayati Raj, right? So this is a central sector scheme which aims to provide an integrated property validation solution for the rural India, engaging the latest drone surveying technology for demarcating the inhabitant or abadi land in the rural areas. So this is a collaborative effort of the Ministry of Panchayati Raj, which is the nodal ministry for the implementation of the scheme, state Panchayati Raj departments, state revenues, land record departments, and the survey of the India, right? So that was a brief about Swamitra scheme again. So Swamitra scheme, this scheme is for the land mappings in the village areas, because again, the land mappings in the village areas is a big challenge for the country, for the rural areas, for even the state governments. So this scheme will definitely help in giving a validated solution for the rural India, and to even engage the technology in the rural India, right? So then next is the blue flag certification. So recently the Kasar Code and the Padu Bidri beaches in the Karnataka. Now this is one news relating to the environment, right? So I hope you have noticed that I have tried to give you one news from all these spheres, right? Like for example, this is a scheme, this is a report, this is a international conflict, international affair, this is a report, international organization related, this is a scheme, this is relating to environment, right? That is the Kasargod and Padubidri beaches were accorded the blue flag, right? So there are several beaches in the country. As on 2019, 13 beaches have been identified as the blue flag. So what is this blue flag certification? Actually, it is a certificate that can be obtained by a beach, marine or sustainable boating tourism operator and serves as a eco label. So this certification is awarded annually by the Denmark-based non-profit organization for the environmental education. So this is basically a non-profit organization which names FEE, Foundation for Environmental Education, right? So this blue flag certification is actually a label that this beach is actually eco-friendly, right? So it is an eco-tourism model to provide tourists clean and hygienic bathing water, facilities or amenities, the safe and healthy environment, and sustainable development for the area, right? Yeah, absolutely. Right, absolutely. So I have just tried to cover up these 4 5 on the basis of the previous quarter, right? September, October, November. Okay. Then the next one, okay, this is now one from ancient history and the art and culture, because this one is dairy production in the Indus Valley civilization. Indus Valley civilization is one news which you will find in the newspaper every now and then, right? Because there, every after 2 3 months you'll see there is one news relating to the fossil findings and excavations relating to the Indus Valley civilization. So again, this civilization, because it is the first civilization found in our country, very important from the ancient history part, do not skip it, right? So this year 2020 marks the 100 year of discovery of IVC. It was in 1920 that Harappan site was found near the Ravi river in Pakistan. So that is why this civilization is also called as Harappan civilization, and since it was inhabited near around the Indus river, that is why it was called as Indus river or Indus Valley civilization, right? So the earliest evidences of industrial level of dairy production was also found, and there were based on the analysis of the absorbed lipid residues were found in the unglazed ceramic vessels. So definitely there are some foundings which shows that the even when we know that Indus Valley civilization was more of a modern and high tech civilization as compared to today, but they also evolved from the rural economies. So, like they had pre-Harappan, then later Harappan, mature Harappan timelines were there. So, pre-Harappan, mature Harappan, and later Harappan, and we know that the decay or the decline of Indus Valley civilization due to many natural calamities were also there, right? So besides this, definitely we all know that Hitbullseye in terms of edtech, in terms of education, in terms of GK, we are providing 4 live lectures, 250 recorded concept videos, 90 plus mocks are also there, and then again we have Telegram discussion group also, so which we can discuss on various facts and figures whenever you come across or if it is important or not. So by using this coupon code CLAT21, you will be able to avail the 25% off recently. So actual code is actual amount is 49999, but by applying this code you will get it at the 25% discount, right? So definitely this is our laurels are hard to count because we have a lot of them, and now definitely my session is about to end and we have this marathon session which is again very good. Please do give us your valuable feedback, your valuable comment on the comment section. If you like my session, please do mention it. I'm Nitika Raman, and if you have any doubt, any query relating to the GK, you can always find me through nitikatiwari.bullseye@gmail.com, and you can also reach me through your Telegram group, right? So thank you so much, everyone. Thank you.